It's time for the most unpredictable night on the IWC calendar year.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, would you please welcome the owner of IWC, Mr. Justin Burr.
It's Reloaded 2.0, Kirktide Sports Center, Elizabeth, Pennsylvania. I am Joe Dombrowski, joined as per usual by Jay Worthington Farnsworth. Jay Worth, we got our format sheet, but half the spaces are empty because tonight so many opponents and challengers will be determined thanks to the unpredictable reset button. Everybody in the building that's signed a waiver is eligible to compete here tonight. There's some surprises in the back that I didn't expect to be seen.
Who's ready for the reset button? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to an event that we got the worst snowstorm in the history of mankind back in January, but we weren't going to let that stop us, folks. Reloaded is happening here tonight. Badass Billy Gunn's in the house tonight. And for those of you that are new to this event, every IWC championship will be defended against a randomly selected opponent via what we like to call the reset button. So anybody who came here tonight that came in the back and registered their name, they're in the mix. They might be a former IWC star. They might be someone you've never seen before. They might be someone on the current roster. But for one night, everybody's got a shot at every IWC championship. And now, we got a penny here. Special prizes here.
Give the
Reset button holds a lot of power, and it's not something that I'm going to trust myself with tonight. So I thought, who's the only man that can contain the power of the reset button? Who's the man that should be pushing that button tonight? And it should be nobody other than a man who was the first ever man to be selected by the reset button last year. Ladies and gentlemen, WWE legend, Virgil!
Oh, come on.
Joe, any truth to the rumor that he's going to use the reset button tonight and sell IWC to some lucky randomly selected person?
He'd pocket the money for sure. Virgil has an oft-known reputation thanks to the legend of Virgil and his traveling merchandise table, courtesy of our affiliates at Sorgatron Media and IndyWrestling.us. Virgil came out of nowhere and beat Corey Futuristic at Reloaded's inaugural event, and now he's in charge of the reset button. And I don't know if I like this. Virgil not above a bribe.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, WWE legend Virgil back here to host Reloaded 2.0. Thank you very much. To me, it's all about making that. Oh, hey! We're not doing it to get you, Virgil. We're going to make a lot of freak money tonight is what we're going to do. And I'll tell you what. You ready to have some fun? You ready to kick this thing off with the reset button?
Now what?
Hold on.
Shut up!
Oh, no. Corey never learns.
To IWC. This is my night. It is my time to win my title. You bring back Virgil. What is stopping me from picking this guy's butt? Bring it out. Hey, I'm retired, man. What? I'm retired because I'm still all that crap. I'm gonna hit the reset button on you.
Virgil's hitting the reset button on Corey?
I'm gonna be entitled to this later. We can't cut off the light and hit the reset button.
Oh, no. The reset button for Corey.
There we go.
Oh, no. he's gonna get hit, trust me.
And again, and again.
I think Corey Futuristic just announced his retirement.
You know, Jimmy Vegas is one of the few men that I would say is no more dangerous coming to the ring with a weapon.
Jimmy Vegas, 272 pounds, an absolute boss, bigger and wider than I've ever seen him. Vegas came back in IWC 15 looking for a fight. Him and John Bolin have had their issues. And Corey, Vegas felt a fly land on him. Ouch. This could get a little bit ugly.
Oh, it's already gotten a little bit ugly.
Vegas survived John Bolin in a cage at Cage Combat 2 in Clearfield.
Wait.
I think Vegas could have ended it right there.
Yeah. Not just the match. I think he could have ended the future.
What's the weight discrepancy here? About 125 pounds?
I was going with closer to about 800 pounds.
Must feel like it with the power that Vegas possesses. Vegas has always been dangerous, but he's been even more no-nonsense, even more intense since his return. Last year he had some injuries, had a torn quadricep, but came back in a couple of months. Superhuman-like recovery for Vegas. He's been a lone wolf since coming back, but no one's been able to stop him.
Who could stop him? He's a goddamn tank. Oh, there he goes.
Follow-away slam. Corey sent all the way across the ring, corner to corner. And Virgil half-heartedly cheering him on.
Corey Futuristic easily flew 4 feet. Normally that fall-away slam, you land right above the guy's head.
People are supposed to fly in the future, right? Flying cars.
Flying Corey. But you never know with Corey Futuristic. He could Hulk out here at any given moment.
Vegas has a chair. He could what?
Oh, Future out. Corey out.
And
look at him, he's pumping up.
I think Virgil just made a motion that there's no disqualifications. And keep in mind, this is Virgil's match he made. He's the one that pushed the reset button. One-arm bandit. See you, bye.
I feel that it's going to be really hard for Corey Futuristic to win his title shot later in the evening.
You think?
Right now. He's sort of at a disadvantage.
You know what, Jay Worth, though? Corey's still in the running. His name could come up later for a title shot.
Yeah, you are not guaranteed to only have one match.
But Corey Futuristic may have been guaranteed his final match tonight.
Hey, Corey's from the future. He knew this was going to happen.
Oh, wait a second. Only one thing left to do, Jay Worth.
Hold on.
Justin Plummer wants to do this? I didn't know Justin Plummer's middle name was Mark.
Well, he apparently borrowed that Chris Greenback, and that is a choking hazard. I feel I should point that out.
And classic Virgil, he's going to take the money with him, of course. Not going to leave $1 laying behind, is he?
Yeah, I can't blame him. Would you leave $1?
Short arms and deep pockets, but Corey Futuristic, when he wakes up, he may have no idea what happened. Virgil and Jimmy Vegas, who's going to stop Vegas, and who's going to be the next victim of the reset button?
There's only one way to find out, Joe.
From Cleveland, Ohio, weighing in at 286 pounds, Wardlow.
Newest member of the IWC broadcast team, Nick Wendell, brings to the ring the massive Wardlow, a member of Team LeBar. And LeBar's got that Cheshire Cat grin on his face because he knows he's got a certain diamond in the rough ever since Wardlow came into IWC, he's been a little under the radar, but he's always used that muscle to protect the mouth of Justin LaBar.
Well, you know how you buy that stock low and then it shoots up once everyone realizes it's valuable?
One of those blue chippers?
That's exactly how Justin LaBar feels right now. He just bought low, and he knows he can sell high anytime he wants.
This is going to be a bad night for you ignorant yinzers. Because tonight, the man with war in his name is going to destroy Bulk Nasty. He's going to destroy Bulk Nasty just like the Capitals are going to come back tonight and whoop the Penguins back. And that is your reality check.
That wasn't nice.
Please note that the views of Justin LaBar do not necessarily reflect the views of IWC.
No.
Go Pens.
Well, could this man be the Crosby to LaBar's Ovechkin? Based on the back of Bulk's t-shirt, he went with Carl Hagelin, but I was close.
Well, I just assumed he went with 62 because he's 6'2".
At least.
620 pounds?
Yeah, 6'2" is a conservative estimate if I've ever seen one. Bulk, Nasty, and Wardlow, irresistible force, immovable object. These guys have been on a collision course for a long time. Keep in mind, it was way back in the month of October that Bulk Nasty stepped up to Team LaBar, and it took all 4 members at the time to lay Bulk Nasty out. Bulk and Wardlow have been on a collision course ever since. We saw them hook up a little bit. Oh, what? A little bit in Meadville and a little bit in Clearfield, but those were 6- and 8-man tags, Jay, where this is their first chance one-on-one.
And Wardlow comes out of the barrel hot. You can tell he is not looking to have this be a long match.
Not at all. And that's for the best. These men are not built to go 60 minutes. They're built for short spurts of power.
Very true. And this is something that I don't know that Bulk Nasty has as much experience in. Wardlow, we've seen wrestle solo. I don't know that we've seen a lot of Bulk Nasty, especially in a match where he is facing a guy of this size.
Oh, for sure. I think both these men, the official got caught up in the mix. Both these men are used to certainly being the aggressor and using that size to their advantage, but now it's almost like a mirror image. And anytime I've seen Bulk Nasty vulnerable, it's always been at the hands of 3 or 4 different individuals.
Oh, there we go.
And since Wardlow's been watching LaBar's back, LaBar's only gotten louder and more obnoxious, as tonight is indicative of. Wardlow has really done a great job of protecting LaBar, and this could be Wardlow's coming out party in ring as well.
Ego is a liquid, Joe, and liquids fill the volume of the container they are in. Wardlow has given him a much bigger container.
Oh. Wardlow had his first major bit of success in IWC. Gee, that collision, that's spine on steel you heard.
Yeah, the ring takes quite a beating in a match like this.
Well, keep in mind, back what was a proving ground, Wardlow accidentally broke our ring.
Yeah, and there, you hear that clang for the 3rd time.
Here comes Wardlow.
Oh, elbow up.
Was going to mention Wardlow won the Ric Flair Invitational Battle Royal in Meadville a year ago. And I think that's what really opened LaBar's eyes to him, but check out this hang time.
What time is it, Joe?
Looks like 6 o'clock. And that was what, a solid at least 10 or 15 seconds cover for 2. That's an amazing time to hang up in the air a guy that's, what, 260, 270?
And it's not too often I get to say this, but Wardlow is dazed. Has yet to make it back to his feet. Had to roll out of the ring. Time to clear some cobwebs.
Not often you see Wardlow retreat, but Bulk Nasty forced that out of him.
Well, that's the power of Bulk.
It is.
Justin LeBar giving him some advice, making sure his man's okay.
Now, what advice would you give Wardlow if you were Justin LeBar?
Hit him in the mommy daddy button.
Seems about your taste. Oh gosh, another hard impact.
Well, I mean, you can tell him, choke the air out of him, get him to run around a lot, blow himself up. But really, a good shot between the legs is going to accomplish all that a lot quicker.
Tonight's all about the reset button. We may have to reset this ring once we're done. Jeez. This is power on power. Now Bulk in a charge. What a collision. And here we go. Side slam. Got him. Shades of Dino Bravo by Bulk Nasty. Got him, no. Dino Bravo, one of the strongest professional wrestlers in any era, really.
And some of the best hair you'd ever want to see. So, I mean, he's no Lex Luger, but he's not even a Lex Luthor.
Justin LeBar is no Frenchie Martin, but be that as it may.
Ooh, pulling out the Frenchie Martin.
Hard slam by Bulk Nasty. A body slam is looked at somewhat as a basic maneuver these days, but coming from a guy the size of Bulk, that really does its damage.
Yeah, it's not quite basic there. It's a bit more bougie.
Bulk elevates himself. Are you kidding me? But to drive the weight down, we'd seen it before, and so had Wardlow, unfortunately. And Wardlow, just mounts him and fires away with the right hands.
Nasty able to defend a bit, but...
5 minutes gone by in this contest. 5 minutes.
And Wardlow pulling up his metaphoric bootstraps.
Checking the gear.
Bulk, however, get into his feet once more.
Oh, one thing Bulk Nasty needs to learn, don't turn your back on anyone.
Well, and Wardlow maybe needs to learn not to let up, because I don't think Bulk Nasty, much like Wardlow, has really discovered his full potential in IWC yet, but there's a cover and Bulk up just barely after two.
Yeah, I don't see that star falling. The more Wardlow realizes what he's capable of, I think the more dangerous it is for everyone in IWC, Joe.
Well, it's especially dangerous when you've got Justin LeBar as the puppet master, so to speak.
Ooh. Good elbow right to the ear.
Wardlow tried to elevate Bulk, and the longer we go into this matchup, the tougher that's going to be. Oh, sidewalk slam! Nicely done, that'll do it. Hey, LeBar! Get him out of here! More nefarious than a late Brooks Orpik hit, Justin LeBar interrupts the fall.
He might have had a very valid point to bring up with referee
Bobby Williams.
Bobby Williams. It's a little dark up here.
He's only been here 10 years. It's okay. And now Bulk Nasty has to reinvigorate that momentum. He hit that boss man slam. LeBar knew it was over. You got to believe that would have been 3 if not for LeBar.
And that, here we go again.
And Bulk's got his hands on LeBar this time. Downstairs.
Oh, Wardlow got his hands on Bulk there too. Looked like he was going for a.
When you say got his hands on Bulk, we'll let that one lay.
Well, looked like he was going for maybe a power bomb there, and then decided against it. Oh!
Modified Death Valley driver. I don't know what Wardlow calls it. Wardlow. No. The shoulder came up, the foot went under the rope, and Bulk is still alive.
And you can see the frustration on Wardlow's face.
And the bewilderment on LeBar's. There's a cover, 2 and no again.
Not only surviving that, actually up a little quicker. Bulk Nasty is slowly recovering.
And Wardlow's a bit confused, not sure what to do.
Wardlow, don't stop now. That's it. If you're going up top, go up top.
It's not Wardlow's wheelhouse, but the big man maybe getting a tad desperate. Swanton, are you kidding me? That's gotta be it.
Didn't know that was in the repertoire.
I didn't either, but obviously Wardlow and LeBar have been spending a lot of time working out, a lot of time studying footage and preparing, and Wardlow, maybe his biggest singles win to date, defeating Bulk Nasty.
congratulations to Wardlow. Impressive match against the big man.
And LeBar's got a monster on his hands, and if channeled properly, Wardlow can do some major damage for Team LeBar in 2016.
You can see LeBar dancing and pointing at Wardlow. He knows just how much cash he's got in his pocket, so to speak. He's about to be the kid in the candy store here in the International Wrestling Cartel.
This guy's been making a lot of noise. Time to put up or shut up. Ever since he came on the scene at the end of 2015, LeRusso has done two things, along with his manager, Benjamin C. Steele. A, he's targeted Andrew Palace, and B, he's made it known his intentions. He feels he's the heir apparent to the Super Indy throne, and he'll go down as the greatest Super Indy champion ever.
Well, let's be honest. You want to talk about a hot prospect in the Pittsburgh independent wrestling scene, you're looking at him. And he's teamed up with Benjamin C. Steele. You don't get a better cruise control on your missile than that.
No cruise control tonight, though. Management said, you want to prove yourself, LeRusso? You want to qualify for Super Indy and prove your mouth can be backed up by your actions? You got to enter a four-way one-fall matchup. Only one man qualifies tonight. And he knows none of his opponents. It's up to the reset button. Let's see how this goes. I'll be honest with you, I don't have any notes in front of me on Dezmond Xavier because, well, didn't know he was going to be here at competition, but I can tell you Dezmond Xavier is a very young athlete. I believe in his early 20s. He's already making waves out of the middle Ohio area, not just in that part of the country, but also in CZW. Part of that Ohio is for Killers group, known in the combat zone as Scarlet and Graves at this point, along with Zachary Wentz, who is also already qualified for Super Indy, so a mid-Ohio influx of young competition here.
Hold on, we got another reset button.
We do, we got two more. Faces his career out of North Carolina, and he has wrestled some top athletes over his short career. Only about a 2-year pro. Too Cold Scorpio, Al Snow, some of the names he's been in the ring with. He likes to consider himself the love child of Carl Lewis and Mary Lou Retton.
I'm sorry, did you not see that split he just did?
It's impressive. He wants to bring some style, bring some grace
A plie.
back to pro wrestling. Almost shades of Ricky Starr, if you get that reference at home, God bless you. We got one more to go. LeRusso's impatient. Could be anybody. Oh, wait a minute! He's back!
Chris LeRusso is not happy. Ben Steele is not happy.
And to those unaware why LeRusso is so upset, Alex Daniels was a finalist in Super Indy 14 a year ago. Much controversy. At one point it seemed like he had won the Super Indy tournament when he knocked Bostic out cold and busted him wide open with his 450 splash. Could Daniels make the journey all over again? This is Jay Worth, one fall to a finish. Two men debuting in IWC, one who wants to get re-entrenched in IWC, and one who's the loudest mouth of them all, who comes in with the most to lose. It's Timmy Lou Retton in the red, white, and blue. It's Alex Daniels in the purple and gold.
Did you see Timmy Lou Retton's opening knee strike? Come out hot, I like that.
Lou Retton deceptively quick. Timmy Lou Retton says he's bringing elegance back to pro wrestling. How do you feel about that?
Well, I mean, someone has to. Oh!
Check out that agility by Dezmond Xavier.
Looked like he was trying to duck a Pele kick and he just came back with it. Oh, double knees.
And Daniels and LeRusso fighting on the outside. LeRusso detected Daniels as the biggest threat early. We'll see if that holds true as we press on. Dezmond Xavier pulling out all stops.
Good knee.
Oh! Standing corkscrew. Made it look easy, but LeRusso breaks it up with the leg drop.
Plants that heel right at the back of the head.
And Xavier, worse for wear based on that. Certainly the Super Indy style, this traditional Super Indy tournament platform would lend favor to any of these four gentlemen. Great athlete, offensive-minded, high impact, explosive. All four men just beginning to gain a following both regionally and nationally.
Timmy Lou Retton in the wrong place at the wrong time. Oh, good uppercut. European uppercut, of course.
And it's interesting to note that for much of this matchup, only two men have been in the ring and gotta be in the ring to win it. As Dezmond hits hard in the corner again. We've seen that turnbuckle take a beating, but you can see the velocity that Dezmond hit the canvas.
Oh. Chris LeRusso keeping an eye on the guys outside the ring, just put a boot to Daniel's head.
Well, hey, LeRusso's street smart, he's book smart, he passed the bar exam. He could commit a heinous act and then defend himself in court later. But what do you make of LeRusso's claims to be the heir apparent to so much gold and success here in IWC?
Well, it's hard to argue when he's risen so fast so far. I mean, I'm not saying he has it all cinched up. He has a lot of talent in front of him that he has to overcome. But he's also already overcome a lot of really good talent.
Hard clothesline. LeRusso's only been pinned by one man. We'll talk about that in a minute. Cross-legged X-Buster variation. LeRusso could get him here, but here comes the free runner, Alex Daniels. Studied parkour as a youth to express himself, get himself out of the tumultuous nature of a broken home, and certainly none of that free running will help a poke to the eye.
Not much will.
But I was going to mention, LeRusso's only been pinned by one man all year in IWC, and it took the Native American Tatanka to do that.
Oh.
But Daniels Again, all the way to the final round a year ago, we've proven, and he has proven, he has what it takes to go the distance. Some people still say Daniel should have won that Super Indy. Very controversial, 2.99 count at that point. Was Bostic under the ropes? We may never have a clear answer.
I don't know that a clear answer matters at this point. I mean, it's worth arguing, but it's not like it's going to change anything right now.
But well, it matters to one guy, and that's Daniels. That's why I bring it up, because Daniels comes in with a point to prove that he's the rightful Super Indy champion, and he can do step one right here.
Oh, absolutely. And he has all the talent in the world to do it.
We're going to see a lot of that talent now. No, Timmy Retton.
Wait.
Is that what
translated?
Oh.
Oh.
And Daniels was so just flummoxed by that.
Just a screaming insecurity there.
But a ruptured an eardrum.
Twice.
And wait, Timmy Lou. His namesake could dive. We'll see how Timmy Lou Retton does.
Oh.
Mid-air twist connects, but Dezmond Xavier had sidestepped. Timmy Lou got 2 of the 3.
5 minutes gone by. 5 minutes gone by.
Dezmond back into the ring. Oh, someone sees low-hanging fruit. Now's his opportunity. Oh, there we go.
That someone may have been LeRusso. Saw Dezmond with his back turned. You saw Dezmond was focused on one of his breathtaking devil-may-care dives. LeRusso didn't want to hear anything of it.
Worship me!
Not very modest either.
Well, when you're that good, you don't need to be modest.
I see.
Trust me.
Oh, Xavier hits the ring post hard, courtesy of Retton. Daniels is the worst for wear. What's LeRusso doing? LeRusso feigning a dive off the bottom rope. Daniels.
Oh, that wasn't a feigning kick.
No, not at all. Watch this. Off the corner and around. Alex Daniels makes it look easy. It's fluid motion.
Not one of Daniels' attacks has come off straight ahead.
Cover.
You have no idea where he's attacking you. Just because his fist goes low doesn't mean you don't end up getting kicked in the head from behind.
That's the advantage of that parkour lifestyle, that weight control. He can contort and use his body in offensive-minded ways that really aren't really natural to most athletes.
Well, you have a general idea as to how to defend against certain attacks, and he just works right around that.
Oh, Timmy Lou Retton interrupts the attempted superplex.
Are we seeing a doomsday?
Oh, look at that. Oh. Daniels hung on to Retton. LeRusso knocked off into Daniels, and the momentum carries over Retton on his head. And
Xavier is the one that's the worse for wear on that.
The opportunist. LeRusso's down. Oh, the shooting star, but great adjustment. But LeRusso was waiting. LeRusso showing those brains. He's trying to stay a step ahead mentally, but Dezmond is just so quick physically.
And now Daniels and Retton fighting it out here. LeRusso joining the fray here.
Xavier can feel it. Look at this!
Oh!
Jump up into the tope con hilo. Xavier got all 3.
Got right above him and came straight down.
And LeRusso sent back in. And LeRusso's prone. This could be over. 2-0. Oh, man, that was close.
That's 2, so says referee Bobby Williams.
Can you imagine the crow LeRusso's going to have to eat if he gets pinned? Wait, BC Steel.
BC Steel now talking to Williams.
Well, it's not Bobby Williams, by the way.
That's Bob. You just said.
I wish Bobby Williams was here right now so I could show you him and the other ref one by one.
Well, then who is this?
LeRusso with a snapmare driver. Daniels with a save, says referee Jay Clemens. I put referee name tags in the IWC suggestion box several years ago.
Yeah, no one ever followed up. I was good with that.
I think it's still pressing at the meetings. LeRusso, wild swing and a miss. Daniels recovers. Kick to the chops.
Oh!
Burning hammer variation. LeRusso is limp. And Retton makes the save. Keep in mind, one fall will win it. Retton is out of Super Indy if Daniels gets the pin.
He knew exactly what was on the line there.
Joining men like Zachary Wentz and Darren Dinero already qualified, not to mention whomever is the current Super Indy champion, and that could change tonight too.
Oh,
Buckle
buckle bomb.
Shades of Seth Rollins. And a stomach breaker, gunbuster, whatever you want to call it. Retton's in Super Indy if he can get him. But Xavier quick to the draw.
A four quarters match, you have to understand what's on the line like this. With that one fall to a pin. One pin to a fall, however you want to say it.
Super Indy comes once a year. Wait, Daniels and LeRusso. Oh, LeRusso into the crowd to duck the barricade. Daniels follows through. And in the ring is Timmy Retton, bringing some of that elegance. But Xavier was a step ahead. LeRusso and Daniels are out of it in the front two rows. BC Steel trying to will LeRusso back in.
Elegance is all good, but it's nothing compared to violence, Joe.
And Xavier with a corkscrew. Cover! Dezmond and Xavier in Super Indy. A standing ovation from the IWC faithful. And look at LeRusso. LeRusso is incensed. He lost his shot at glory, his shot to prove himself, and he wasn't even near the ring when it happened.
And I give credit to BC Steel. He knows he's not going to win that fight here. Now, he got his talent back out. Knows if he's going to keep climbing this ladder, he has to climb it later, not risking losing it all right here.
LeRusso's in a volatile state of mind. I fear what that could mean for all of us moving forward. And you got to feel for Alex Daniels. He's grown so much over the past year. We thought this year could have been his, but handling a loss with style and grace.
Fantastic showing by all four men tonight.
And whether LeRusso wants to admit it or not, he got bested tonight. Dezmond Xavier, hell of a debut. Looking forward to see him enter the field this year at Super Indy. Deonna Purrazzo made her IWC debut at Night of Superstars 5 in a three-way matchup with IWC's Britt Baker and TNA Knockout Marty Bell of the Dollhouse. And it was Britt Baker who put in the work. Britt Baker who had Marty Bell down, but Deonna Purrazzo who came in the back door and stole the victory from Britt Baker at the last second. Baker was upset, made the challenge for right here tonight, and we're going to see Purrazzo and Baker one-on-one to settle it once and for all.
You can't blame someone for taking a win if they have it there. You get the chance to go in that back door and take it, you do.
Not saying she's wrong, but I don't blame Britt for being frustrated. Jay Worth, are you ready to enter Britsburg?
Well, I think I'm already there, Joe.
Britt Baker has really on a meteoric rise the past year or so. We've seen her get the best of the vast majority of the female competitors we've seen brought into IWC. And while some of them have been able to score victories, some of them have been able to win some battles, Britt Baker's confidence or demeanor goes undeterred. Britt's got a great attitude, she's a great athlete, and I think there will be some very, very big things in the future of Britt Baker's career if she continues her winning ways.
I couldn't agree more. I don't take anything away from her, outside of the fact that she needs to learn not to chase someone and be the second one in the ring.
Deonna Purrazzo has appeared in NXT on more than one occasion. She appeared on one of the TNA One Night Only pay-per-views devoted to the knockouts. So she has gotten a fair bit of attention throughout the wrestling world. She caught the eye of IWC management as well. And certainly she's as formidable as anyone we've seen matched up against Britt Baker here in IWC in recent years.
Oh!
You'd have to go back to the days of Daisy Hayes and Sarah Del Rey to perhaps find a better matched women's contest here in IWC.
Very true, very true.
I believe Meadville was the first ever women's three-way matchup in IWC history.
Oh, and a good elbow by Brittany Baker there.
Baker has really done to up her intensity and her physicality. And again, she's still very raw. She still has a lot of experience to go through here in professional wrestling. Her first match was only last August, I believe.
Yeah, and she gets a little better each and every time we see her out in the ring.
Oh, without
She
question.
just needs to learn not what she's doing, but how all this works. See, you can already tell Deonna already understands there are ways around just sheer determination and force. Using one right now, that ring post.
Yeah. And Purrazzo would be happy to win via countout just as she would any other way. And again, a win is a win, but
Exactly.
I think Britt Baker wants to pin Deonna 1, 2, 3 in the center.
Well, it's that kind of want that ends up costing young talent. They need to learn a win is a win. Here we go again.
Britt Baker, student of the game as well, on the road every weekend, traveling. Trains in Ohio under one of the best female competitors currently, Candice LeRae, as well as Johnny Gargano, former Super Indy champion in his own right. So Baker's listening. She's listening to the right people. She's doing seminars. She's doing camps. She is truly what you'd call a typical student of the game.
Well, that's all well and good, but she might get set back a bit if she has to get shoulder surgery.
Oh, without question. And Purrazzo's dangerous enough to do it. Make no mistake about it.
Working that joint against its range of motion in the ropes. Looking to separate that shoulder.
Seen a lot of athletes very expertly use the ring as an offensive weapon here this evening. Oh, this is a straight boot. Nothing pretty about it. All impact.
Doesn't need to be pretty.
There's a cover. Barely accounted to that time. Deonna putting pressure on the shoulder. Leave a bit of a forearm to the jaw as well in there.
And there we go. Back to the arm.
Yeah. Bit of a key lock or Kimura lock, whatever you want to call it.
That's a key lock.
Overhead style. Britt with a nice maneuver to kind of roll underneath there and take the pressure from Deonna away from overhead of Britt and give her a little more leverage to battle out.
Yeah, but she lost track of where she was there. Ooh.
There's the old divorce court.
Doesn't just separate the shoulder, Joe.
It divorces it. Thank you, Jim Cornette.
Quite well. No, I like Indy wrestling. Sorry.
Yeah. Not the most popular individual out there. Speaking of Jim Cornette as well as yourself, but neither of you ever claimed to be.
Hey, Matt.
Well, you claimed to be once or twice. Hard knife edge chop.
I am loved by everyone that has common sense and 2 ears to hear the word of God. So
Okay, I'm going to move on. Britt Baker, again, in a world of hurt. And again, those ring ropes tightly enforced. Running the ropes will leave welts on your body, let alone being wrenched and pulled the opposite way the rope's pressure is going. And oh no! Nobody home there, and the ring post that Purrazzo used so expertly earlier on Britt's shoulder comes back to haunt her own.
Baker gets a chance to shake out some cobwebs, but she needs to stay on top of Deonna.
Bit of karma playing out before us. The concept, not the women's wrestling.
Thank you.
As Baker fires with the forearm shots. Purrazzo finds herself in a defensive position for maybe the first time in this contest. But again, straight boot connects. And a high knee. Almost shades of Ricky. Thank you, David. Almost shades of Ricky Morton there.
Now you know what it's like to get cut off by the timekeeper, Joe.
Pedro never cut me off.
Pedro cut me off like it was his hobby.
You're feisty tonight.
Yeah, aren't I?
Sorg's gonna have to do a lot of dumping in post-production. Be that as it may, Britt Baker into the cover, hooks the leg, finds 2.
Nice diving punch by Britt Baker. Not quite enough, but still, those will add up.
And you can see the physical toll of this matchup starting to take itself out on both these ladies.
Oh, good reverse.
Gotta believe Ray Lynn is watching on as well, the Miley Cyrus of wrestling. Currently recovering from a broken hand. And Fujiwara style arm
back
bar.
into it.
Yeah.
There she goes. She's got it nice and tight. Needs to lift a little higher.
You could separate his shoulder. You can hyperextend an elbow. Oh, great roll through by Baker to alleviate that pressure.
Baker has had the answer time and time again there.
Baker's
good counter work.
Doing a great job of squirming her way out of these holds and really using her weight
Oh!
to its advantage. Roaring elbow, that could do it. Wow. I'm impressed. We talked about her up in the intensity and physicality, but that caught even me off guard. Britt Baker on knockout, shot out of nowhere. Deonna Purrazzo is still flat on her back.
I hope Deanna knows someone in a dental school or a good dentist. She may need it after that shot to the jaw.
Well, Britt Baker still atop the IWC Women's Division. Come one, come all, Britt Baker will take on the world of women's wrestling here at IWC. Guy that came out here at IWC's 15th anniversary when Jimmy Nuts had announced he needed reconstructive knee surgery, and Bostic and RJ City, 2-on-1, assaulted a man who was headed for surgery. How low can you get, especially after Nuts had already wrestled 20 minutes against DJZ?
You don't want a door walked through, you don't leave it open.
Bostic, I get that he wants to be IWC champion, but bolting way to go about declaring it.
Probably not, otherwise he would have gone with that.
Crowd chanting former champ, referring to Bostic losing the Super Indy title back this past December at Winner Take All 2015. Could Bostic make up for it with a showing against a very respected legend? And I don't believe this matchup was scheduled, which is what's confusing David Kitch. But Bostic is calling his own shots right now. What does he think? You think he runs the place? Chance to see Billy Gunn many times over the past several months in his travels across the country. Billy Gunn is rejuvenated, he's re-energized. Billy Gunn is having the time of his life back in the ring doing what he loves.
I gotta say, I had seen him on TV a lot, and then when I walked up and said hello to him today, mountain of an individual. Did not realize just how big Billy Gunn was all these years.
About 6'5" or 6', 270 pounds. Billy Gunn is one of the best natural athletes and one of the best conditioned men of any era, any age group in professional wrestling today.
Do you think he and Dylan coordinated their shirts?
They're both a bit flamboyant at times. They like the attention, the spotlight on them.
Yeah, if you got it, flaunt it. Or call attention to it with neon pink.
Billy has done that many times in his career with his posterior. Bostic wants to speak. What a shocker. DNA test still pending.
Now, Billy, are you done? Are you done? Billy. Hey, pay attention when I'm talking. Now, first off, I want to know how many people came to see Billy Gunn tonight. How many people came to see the Platinum World Tour?
I'd say that's about an even split.
What?
Well, you heard it.
Billy Gunn was the only one clapping.
That's so not true. That guy over there, toothless,
One guy.
old Stinky.
Stinky.
Stinky. You can actually see the stink coming off of that one.
Introduction, but I'm going to go ahead and introduce myself to you. That way you know who you're dealing with. But first, I'll let the hottest chick in the building introduce herself.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Platinum World Tour. Allow me to introduce myself. I am the Booty Delicious, Tour Delicious, smiling veteran of professional wrestling, Braylen Nickel.
Now, Billy, let me go ahead and introduce myself. I am the Justin Bieber of professional wrestling, Bostic. And you and all of your fans need to show me the same respect you show Justin Bieber. Billy, you like to go, suck it. Hey, just go ahead and shut up right now, because I'm going to get to that. Now, when I beat you in the middle of the ring, I'm going to have one question. Hey, Billy, pay attention. One question for you and all these people. And if you can read my shirt, it's who sucks now.
So it's Dylan Bostic one-on-one with Billy Gunn. A matchup originally scheduled for January. Let's hear from Billy.
So I feel like I don't really have anything cool to say. Like I just feel that you just ran your mouth for like no reason at all. Like don't get a big hurt to get your ass whooped. And what if they say they were the platinum or something like that? Platinum World Tour. Well, your hair is like rotten. That's not even platinum. And your hair, I don't even know what you call that. But here, I'm going to show you. I'm going to give you a little lesson here, right? Even though you suck, I'm going to do this little thing. So, Pittsburgh, how the hell are you? Jacked up guy back there. Goodness gracious, you need to work. All right. So anyway, just distracted me. Alright, so there's this little thing I used to do, right? We all know what that is. Not the ladies and gentlemen part, but the other part, right? So, now, if you think those two suck, we got 2 words for you! Suck it!
I think that was uncalled for.
Really? That's where you draw the line?
I mean, it was a bit crass.
Billy Gunn, of course, well known as a member of the Generation X, the New Age Outlaws. A legend of the Attitude Era, but still looks in incredible condition.
In perhaps the best shape of his life.
Billy Gunn, recently trainer down at NXT, helping mold the next generation. But perhaps maybe looking to aim to the ascension of Dylan Bostic. Bostic won a 6-man tag match in Meadville, besting a team that featured Scotty Tuhati on the other side. Also had success when he defeated Brutal Bob Evans up in Clearfield, a Ring of Honor fan. Not to mention the crass and egregious way he interrupted DJ Z and Jimmy Nutt's respect ceremony, appreciation of one another after their matchup, as Jimmy Nuts just tried to say goodbye with dignity, and DJ Z tried to show respect to the former champion now that he was the champion. And Dylan Bostic made it all about him again, him and RJ City.
You're still talking about it. And that's the point. You're still talking about it. He made an impact in your mind right there. You can say, oh, it was crass, oh, it was terrible, but when it comes down to the brass tacks, everyone's still talking about it.
But you know what? I think a lot of people are still thinking about it, and a lot of people who are in a much better position to do something about it than me.
Let them think all they want. Right now, you're looking at Dylan Bostic on a tear and going against one of the legends of wrestling.
As the crowd continues to accuse Dylan Bostic of being the son of Billy Gunn.
That's really more an accusation on Billy Gunn. Sat well with Dylan Bostic.
I don't think Bostic will be sitting well for a while. So perhaps at some point during a WWF house show in Indiana, some 23 years ago after a early Smoking Guns match, Billy Gunn had a fun night, and all these years later,
that's a lot of conjecture, Joe.
That's what the crowd is insinuating.
Sure, I mean, they're all toothless idiots. Just because two people are blonde, and maybe one man's spanking the other, you assume father-son. There are a lot of different I'm going to drop this right here.
Is that what people assume when they say that?
That's what I assume. What would you assume?
I'll also mention they were both also wearing pink shirts. You forgot to mention that.
Yeah. Platinum blonde hair, pink shirts, spanking.
To be fair,
good night, everybody.
Only one of them was doing the spanking. Oh, wait a second. Billy Gunn's entrance music speaks for itself. Ray Lynn's quick to shove her butt in all kinds of competitors' faces.
Amen.
About time she gets a comeuppance.
Well, when you got it, flaunt it.
That's what Billy Gunn was doing.
So was Ray Lynn.
And Ray Lynn does it during matches.
Oh, so does Billy Gunn.
Well, she does it during matches and she's not in, by the way. There's a tackle. Billy Gunn again, the power. Bostic is scared to death.
Oh, Bostic's giving up, what, about an inch and a half, maybe 20 pounds?
Excuse me?
Difference. Oh,
Billy Gunn deposited to the outside. He never gets the answer he's looking for, does he?
it's more like the crowd never gets it right.
Look at Bostic went to fly. That's not in his wheelhouse. And Billy was waiting with the right hand. 2-0. Billy's always been dangerous with those short jabs.
Thank you for flying Gunn Airlines. We apologize for the abrupt stop.
Yeah, a bit of turbulence, right? And if I'm Ray Lynn, I'm getting the heck out of the way. Bostic sitting back in the... Hey! Ray Lynn pulling the leg up. Billy Gunn and Dylan Bostic from behind on the knee.
And there we go. Stay on top of him.
You know, any veteran athlete, it's a surefire bet if there's going to be a weak point on them, it's usually going to be the knee.
That's knee or back.
Yeah. And Billy's the kind of back you show a drive-in movie on, as Gorilla Monsoon would say.
Yeah, you can bounce quarters off it.
And Dylan Bostic has a single leg takedown. He's got the leg grapevine, putting pressure on that knee joint.
Not quite a knee bar, but still an effective wear-down maneuver.
Yeah, enough for Billy to have to panic enough to get to the ropes. No escape for him there. Oh. And now Bostic getting a little ruthless, a little relentless.
Perhaps part of Bostic's plan, get him to get near the ropes so he could use that ring post.
Why does Bostic have a t-shirt in his hand?
He moved it to his side of the ring.
Why?
It's all because you need to be tidy, Joe.
You need to be tidy.
There is always time to pick up the mess.
Well, I don't trust Bostic in that regard, but Bostic trying to figure four the legs of Billy Gunn, and he's done it. It's almost an abridged figure four.
Almost a trailer hitch there.
Yeah. A bit of an Indian deathlock vibe to it. I haven't seen this often, but keep an eye. Hey, we know about Billy Gunn's history in this business. Dylan Bostic has been all over this country, trained by the great Rip Rogers, one of the most respected trainers in professional wrestling, the head of Ohio Valley Wrestling's training for many, many years. Bostic knows what he's doing in there. The problem is that sometimes the bad headlines concerning Bostic's behavior overshadows his wrestling technique.
Which might be part of his plan. Yeah, you think of him as some blonde floozy who's just in there to have a pink shirt on, and you forget about the fact that he's a talented, seasoned wrestler. He is learning from the best, and he is only getting better.
Well, it's hard to admit how good Bostic is. You don't want to give him the credit.
You don't. I'm fine with it.
Yeah, well, that's true too. But Bostic's personality just lends you to want to despise him, want to see him. Wait a second, Billy Gunn fights his way out of the knee being grapevine across that ring cable. Again, an example, theme of the night, it seems, is these athletes using the ring as an offensive weapon.
Bostic has found a target and is staying on it.
And certainly when you can't stand, you can't position that weight properly. Oh, gee, I was going to say 6'5", 270 doesn't mean as much, but Billy Gunn finds a way. Hard clothesline, second time. And Billy Gunn is feeling it now, splash in the corner. Oh, could this be the famous Sir J work?
He'll be looking for it.
He's got him, no. Bostic 3, jump kick nicely done.
Well scouted.
Caught Billy Gunn perfectly, 2 and no near fall.
It is amazing how often the audience gets that question wrong.
You'd think Bostic would learn not to ask.
You'd think the crowd would learn the right answer.
Bostic is hungry for respect, but it seems every time he... Wait a second. Ray Lynn with a wooden chair from ringside. Bostic gonna use a chair. Gonna take another cheap shot to make a statement.
He might need a seat.
Wait a minute. That's DJC. DJC's got the chair. Revenge for what Bostic did to Jimmy Nuts. Oh, and now there's the finger serve. Billy got out of nowhere. Got him. Dylan Bostic tried to take out another athlete at the expense of their ability to earn a living. Tried to injure Billy Gunn just to get more spotlight on himself. DJC wouldn't let it happen this time. I applaud the IWC champion.
I don't know that he had any business sticking his nose in that match. No,
What business did Bostic have involving himself in DJC and Jimmy Nuts in IWC 15? Bostic's role comes to an end.
From the Iron City Wrestling School, I don't know that you can talk about a name any hotter than Darren Dinero. The man with the golden hips making his way around the ring at the moment, letting the fans know that he is here.
Farnsworth, what an absolutely chaotic intermission. There is cake all over the place. There's cake on my jacket. What is going on around here? The STD's trying to crash a birthday party.
Isn't that how STDs tend to act?
No comment.
You know.
Darren. smitten.
Wow, who wouldn't be?
Darren Dinero, a big-time statement made with his victory over Super Hentai in Clearfield, qualifying for Super Indy. He beat the man who's the embodiment, the definition of Super Indy. What more momentum could you hope for?
A completely win by Dennis Gregory. He is the original Super Indy tournament winner and a 4-time Super Indy champion. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the IWC legend, Super
Super Hentai set for a return bout here. We know Hentai from his tenure through the years in IWC. He has a lot of pride and competitive spirit. He was bested by Dinero once, just barely, and testament to the heart of Hentai. He wants another crack at it.
However, I feel it's worth pointing out he's got a wrapped up knee and is walking with a bit of a hitch in his get-along, so to speak.
Well, injuries have slowed Hentai a time or two, but never stopped him from doing what he's truly wanted to.
Few things stop Hentai from what he truly wants to do.
He dove off our spotlight truss a couple of months ago.
Kid, I gotta be honest. You can barely get up them steps. You need one of them damn chairlifts to get in the ring. Let's be honest. Listen. You tore your ACL over a year ago. Shoot. Right? And you're still wrestling. And now you're on a damn loser streak, kid. And I love you. I gotta tell you, it's not that Daddy talk. It's not that you can't do this. I gotta tell you, you should do this.
Hard to argue.
Tough to hear. I mean, from Super Hentai's point of view, you said there's no
He beat you in Clearfield, right? You ain't 100% now. You gotta be smart. Sometimes you gotta be smart. It's your call.
All right, guys. So, all right, you make a good point. I could live to fight another day. So what? I guess tomorrow we'll have to hit that reset button.
Yeah, mystery. Like when we consider this person.
Hold on a minute. Brother can shove that reset button up his ass. I'll take your spot right now. You okay with that, kid?
2 years ago, so I kind of want to revenge that.
Yeah, you can use a fresh ass whooping. Hold this.
There are few in IWC that will tell Dennis Gregory no.
And even those that do, Dennis Gregory will often not listen.
Very true. You can tell a brick wall no all you want. It's still going to stand there and do what it wants to.
And Darren can have a smile on his face, but truthfully, I'm not sure if we've gone from bad to worse from Darren Dinero's perspective, or how you can classify it, but Dennis Gregory is a 5-time IWC champion, the only 5-time champion in history, and certainly undeniably one of the top 3 competitors in IWC history. And Darren Dinero, whether you want to say he was good, he was lucky, a split second may have made the difference in Dinero versus Hentai. Can Dinero pull up a career highlight win twice in a row, this time against Dennis Gregory?
Well, let's be honest. Preparing yourself to wrestle Super Hentai is a lot different than preparing yourself to wrestle Dennis Gregory. I don't know that Darren Dinero has a game plan here at this point, outside of see what happens. But I don't know that you can go into a match with Dennis Gregory and just hope you see what happens.
Well, Darren Dinero will see what happens in Super Indy 15 this June. He joins Zachary Wentz, he joins Dezmond Xavier, he joins whoever is the reigning Super Indy champion, and that's an answer we still need to uncover here later on tonight. Super Indy championship to be defended by way of the reset button. Dinero sometimes comes off, he's got a little bit of a chip on his shoulder, but really, personality aside, he's happy to be here. He takes great care of himself. He's a competitor through and through, and Dinero, even if he's a little tentative on the surface, has got to be looking forward to this challenge.
Well, you want to find out how good you are, this is the yardstick you do it with.
Gregory making it clear he did not swear, something that has been frequently a problem in the Founding Father history books. Dinero likes to talk during his matches lately. It's almost like he's looking for his next date here from the crowd. It's almost like it's a real-life Tinder.
Well, real-life Tinder, they just call that real life, Joe. I don't know if you've ever tried that.
I try to avoid it as much as
I don't blame you. Stick to the Tinder.
Well, Darren calls himself the Tinder terrorist. You can divulge a couple of meanings from that. True. But apparently quite the ladies' man.
Darren not used to hitting this level of resistance when he tries to run through a guy.
Can you imagine what Dennis Gregory's Tinder profile would look like?
I just assume it's there's a dragon, perhaps a bottle of Fireball.
Yeah.
And just a pile of used underwear from all the ladies who have fallen from it before.
Moving on. Pace quickens, that's advantage Dinero with resourceful Gregory. Matching toe to toe, and Dinero gets a knockdown. And keep in mind, once upon a time, Dinero, as part of a non-existent group at this point in time, as Dinero finds two, and Gregory as part of the Founding Fathers were huge rivals. Both jeopardized the other's careers, backslide for two. So Gregory knows what he's in for with Dinero. Dinero knows what he's in for, vice versa.
To a degree.
Certainly. Inside Gregory, Dinero traps Gregory 2-0. And again, keep in mind, Dinero, with the biggest night of his career coming up this June, already coming off of beating the best Super Indy champion ever, many say. Could he beat the man many say is the best IWC champion ever?
Look at this.
Oh, that's position for Dinero's final payment. If Dinero can drop down and control the weight, this match is over. Gregory reverses. The final payment. The final payment is what sealed the coffin for Hentai in Clearfield.
Well, that payment's past due now. As Dennis Gregory just working over that knee.
And there's the resourcefulness of the veteran.
All right, I'll get him on because I'm a good guy and everything.
Over 20 years in the game, traps the leg and now wrenches the knee across the top rope. I haven't seen that very often.
Dennis Gregory's bag of tricks runs deep and it runs wide.
And you gotta hope there's no long-term damage to the knee of Dinero again with what's upcoming on his schedule.
What's upcoming on his schedule might all be crossed off. He agreed to a match against Dennis Gregory.
5 minutes gone by.
I mean, you raise a good point. We saw, we saw and perhaps expected Jimmy Nuts to be the flag bearer of IWC for much of the year, and a serious knee injury sent him to the injured reserve. I'd be ashamed to see it happen to Dinero, but certainly not impossible.
Especially with, as you pointed out, someone that Dennis Gregory already had a previous grudge with, and just in general probably hasn't forgiven.
Check this out, variation of a Texas cloverleaf. Gregory, wide stance, leaning back, shades of Dean Malenko.
Oh, look at that.
Darren using that leg strength to muscle his way out of that, but Gregory relentless, not releasing the grip. Slingshot coming up, Darren. Momentum sends him over. Darren tried to catch himself but couldn't. Lower back landed awkwardly on the edge of that ring frame.
Caught himself from going over, but yeah, then ended up just torquing his back down into the ring frame. QB doesn't want to take too many of those.
Back to where metal meets wood. There's no give on that part of the ring. Here comes Dennis Gregory. What is this? Oh, Gregory went to charge through, but Dinero was waiting.
With a good solid uppercut. Hentai there, prodding him on, not interfering.
Not yet.
Not yet.
What
Oh,
do you make?
ye of little faith.
Well, when you met the Founding Fathers before, it's kind of been a thing for about 6 years. I mean, they're not strangers to doing that.
I assure you, they've turned over another one. Oh! There's another one from the bag of tricks.
Yeah. Interesting that Gregory made mention of Hentai's, in his words, losing streak. Not only losing in Clearfield, but also that matchup at IWC 15 to determine the greatest tag team in IWC history that was won by Mickey and Marshall Gambino. Hentai and Gregory part of that matchup.
Yeah, but not for lack of effort from Hentai. We did see him dive out of our spotlight crow's nest.
Drove it up to ringside at that. And Dinero was hurt. Hentai not doing anything. Maybe a few words of intimidation on the way in.
I'm sure it was just advice.
Why would Hentai advise Dennis Gregory's move?
Really, let the tell him, just give it up now. You got a match coming. Seems to be what you think.
Well, I'm worried about Dinero's physical state. I'm not going to deny that.
So is Hentai.
I'm sure we're just completely in synergy of our thoughts right now.
Clearly.
Dinero trying to get some feeling back into that knee.
Trying to work that golden hip.
Gregory trying to get some feeling back in his body. He's limp. Oh, charging through. Boot caught him high, but you gotta wonder if Dinero got all of it. Could he plant the weight on his foot the right way with the damage to the knee?
Well, it looks like he also got hung up there. You can tell he's holding that knee a little more now.
Oh. Gregory elbowing his way out or trying to. Variation of exploder suplex. We saw Dinero go tit for tat with Shelton Benjamin that way at Meadville, Night of Superstars 5. That was a hell of an athletic contest, and really the best by far Dinero's ever looked in a losing effort. That could have gone either way.
Absolutely. But it didn't. Oh! Right to the jaw.
Yeah, Gregory's foot goes one way there, caught Dinero flush. Back Gregory. Down to a face plant. Nice combo. Not something you normally see from Dennis Gregory, but something that could win this thing. No.
We have seen a lot of new offense out of Dennis Gregory this match.
There's nobody I can name in IWC history as timeless as Dennis Gregory. He can adapt, he can adjust, stays healthy, stays in shape, stays focused.
What Dennis Gregory knows how to do is win. It takes a certain something to be able to beat Dennis Gregory. Oh!
There's a classic Dennis Gregory move. Dinero goes face first. This could do it. Got it though.
10 minutes gone by. 10 minutes gone by.
Gregory, you can tell, is getting frustrated. He's not been able to put Dinero away yet.
Yeah, very true. Oh!
Face first, hot shot like maneuver could have him here. No. And again, Dinero fights on him. Gregory gets more flustered.
Well, how much more does the kid have in the tank?
Well, Hentai found out the hard way. Dennis Gregory, pretty much the same. Kick a second time. Dinero roll up. No, Gregory rolls out. Oh, really? Caught him right in the face. Gregory could be out. And that was a good call by Hentai. Dennis Gregory's foot was under the rope.
Did not move it.
That's a legal break. Referee explaining he was looking at the shoulders and missed the foot. Hentai trying to explain as well. Is he a good Samaritan or a distraction?
Well, right now, regardless of what he is, Dinero needs to pay attention to his opponent.
And now Dinero having to adjust. Darren wasn't sure what happened on that exchange. Got the jackknife, and he beat him.
Double D, Darren.
And again, it wasn't a clear-cut win. It was a game of leverage, a game of inches. Much like Dinero and Hentai could have gone either way. Much like Dinero and Shelton Benjamin could have gone either way. Dinero and Dennis Gregory much the same, but Dinero has pinned the only 5-time former champion in IWC history. That is monumental for this young man.
To steal a quote from Steve Austin, now you done something, kid. You want to keep making that mark in IWC, that's a great way to do it. Sure, you're limping right now, but trust me, that W in the record book means something.
And you gotta wonder, will the knee be 100% for next month? Will Dinero be able to go up the field in Super Indy as back in the ring it's Gregory and Hentai?
Super Hentai just said you lost my match.
That was my match. So thanks for losing my match. Hold on a second. Don't get all sour.
I think Gregory resents that Hentai inserted himself in his match on a couple of occasions here. Founding fathers have always been about solidarity, but it seems now there's a major malfunction in the camp of Hentai and Dennis Gregory.
See, they're good.
Time will tell on that one.
Cut the music, please. Nobody came to see this Cyber Sunday ripoff. They came to see the two-time IWC Tag Team Champions. My name, Shannon Decker, my partner, Trent Gibson, and we are the Fraternity. But you know what might be the only thing done other than this reset button? Is you pathetic Penguin fans clinging to hope of another Stanley Cup. The only real champions leaving the building tonight are the Fraternity.
Well, just barely
Because
champions.
Fraternity is eternity.
Just barely still counts as champion.
Lost the titles for a couple of weeks. We'll talk about that in a moment if you missed it. But first, the reset button. We need to determine two challengers, J-Worth.
Well, here's one.
Look who's back. This is something the Fraternity did not expect. Perhaps the greatest of all time in IWC. Former four-time Super Indy champion, three-time IWC champion, held the IWC title longer for more cumulative days than anybody in the history of this organization. John McChesney, only one major accomplishment. He has not held an IWC. Hasn't been the tag team champion. Could tonight fate have put McChesney in a position to achieve that?
I don't know that it has ever come down to a more important reset button hit here.
Yeah. You heard McChesney say it, but who's his tag team partner?
Here we go.
He doesn't have the advantage of Team Big League at his behest.
Tommy Dreamer, Sabu, Sandman, Booker T.
Three of the four former IWC competitors. Booker T was here in Meadville. Are you kidding me?
How is this sanctioned? How is this legal?
Well, we said earlier that just because you've wrestled once doesn't mean you're out of the running to come back out.
Well, you can tell that the fraternity's thrilled.
Are you kidding me? And hey, Britt Baker has done a lot in her 9-month career, but she could make absolute history tonight.
I know. I take nothing away from Britt Baker. She's a fabulous competitor.
Listen to this ovation, Jayward.
Yeah, these are all idiots. I hate to say this, but she's outweighed, she's shorter, and she has, of all the people, the least amount of experience. This is a nice little fluffy bunny getting thrown into a ravenous bunch of frat guys.
Not only will Pinkley become a Triple Crown winner, but tonight we're going to see the first ever woman champion.
I like the sounds of it. First ever female title holder, intergender tag champions, perhaps? Crowd chanting Booker T at the fraternity. Booker T was instrumental in keeping a fair playing field between the fraternity and Remy, Lavey, and Keith Haught a month ago. Remy and Haught won the tag team championships when Booker took the fraternity paddle away from the frats. The frats regained the championships 2 weeks later inside a steel cage in Clearfield, but that proves the frats can be beat.
Sure, two able-bodied men can beat the frats.
Britt Baker's pretty able-bodied.
Sure. I don't doubt that. I just don't want to see her get hurt by because let's make no mistake, the frats will do what it takes to keep this title.
No, wait a second. The pre-match drink.
Well, that's fair.
Life is not all about red Solo cups and the contents therein. Eventually, you have to grow up.
Not yet. I don't know that I'd trust these frat boys giving a drink to a young lady like that.
What did Channing Decker want there? A kiss?
Yes.
That was ill-advised. Look at Britt! Satellite head scissors. I love it.
I'm sure he would have asked the same thing from John McChesney.
Oh, sure. You know what, though? You talk about not wanting to get Britt to get hurt, and I agree with you. Whoa! But Britt Baker is fearless, and she's going to take this challenge head on.
Lots of skydivers are fearless till the chute doesn't work.
Look at this. Nice agility on the arm drag, and Channing Decker has no idea what to do here. She's got him by the ears.
And there we go, smart.
Tag to big league.
Oh,
Knife edge chop with red Solo cup in hand.
that should be a DQ. He used a foreign object.
Ah, you're splitting hairs.
You're ignoring a foreign object. Again. What is Bobby Williams doing in there?
Well, it's not Bobby Williams.
Darn it!
You condone Bostic bringing in a wooden chair, but you're going to object to a plastic cup
Did he use it?
that just got ripped up in somebody's hands. Would you have objected if the fraternity had used their paddle?
Possibly. This is all hypothetical. If I saw them do it,
At least you're honest.
I'm nothing if not honest.
Well, yeah, that may be true. Trent Gibson is in the ring now. Off comes the shirt of McChesney. Attempted humiliation here, but you have to do a lot more than that to get inside the head of Big League. Drop down, drop kick, nicely done.
Picture perfect. Full extension in those legs.
Oof. And McChesney, perhaps his most lethal weapon on display against Gibson, reversal center ring. Big league up and over, deep arm drag, nicely done.
The man who learned how to throw a chop the hard way.
Yeah.
By having 100 of them sunk into his chest by Loki.
And still so fluid, still so technically sound, McChesney's not lost a step after all these years. And Decker down. Tag to Britt. Up and over, nice double team. I'm not sure if McChesney and Britt have said 3 words to each other before this match, but they're working well together.
Well, they said 2 there, let's go. So far the communication works.
And if you're the frat, what's going through your mind right now?
Well, right now you're thinking, let's regroup, let's talk, let's figure out what's going on.
Not a lot of time for that. Here comes McChesney.
You can't lose the titles outside of the ring, so right now they're showing they're pretty smart.
And now, look at Britt. What is Britt doing?
This is not wise.
You gotta be kidding me! Britt Baker with a crossbody!
I will say, good solid impact on that. You saw Channing Decker's head snap back as she hit.
You can feel it, Jay Worth. We may have new tag team champions crowned tonight.
We may have the first intergender tag team champions crowned in IWC. Not since, well, actually second. I forget about sexual harassment's blue period.
There's a 2 count. And Baker, oh no, come on now. Gibson a handful of hair. Oh!
Well, that,
Oh, hey!
oh!
Uncomfortable to watch, but part of the battle.
She agreed to do the match.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And the frat, 2 men putting the boots to a woman.
A woman who agreed to this match. They didn't say, hey, we'd like to beat up a woman.
They still have 5 seconds to get in and out, which they've not done. And now this, illegally choking a woman. Are you kidding me?
Well, now you have a problem with it. But when John McChesney's using a foreign object.
He had a cup on his hand.
He had a foreign object on his hand. Well.
Why does it take... Eiffel Tower. Why is it taking 2 frat members to do this?
Because the Eiffel Tower spot requires 2 guys.
What's a spot? There's a cover, 2 count. You and I do prep work very differently.
As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and let Sorg and our friends at Sorgatron Media know that they probably want to beep all of that.
Yes.
Just all of it.
You will not hear that on IndyWrestling.us. And Gibson...
He's right.
Yeah, well, they are. For the time being.
Smart tag team wrestling by the fraternity.
Hey, it's smart to neutralize Britt Baker. It's... Oh, wait. Britt got a foot up. A second time. Look at this. Low bridge. Gibson overshot that one in a big way. Can you get to McChesney?
No.
Decker's got the foot. So close. So close.
There we
Gibson
go.
pulls McChesney out. Baker's there to make the tag.
And now Decker, smart, get her back to their side of the ring.
Those hurls her back into their corner.
Well, yep, she doesn't weigh a lot. It's easy to do.
They're mouthing off at the official, mouthing off at everybody here. Referee trying to keep control here, but he can't keep both frat members in his eyesight at once. And McChesney's still hurt. He smacked that ring apron hard.
And now the fraternity signaling to their fans.
Who are their fans?
Oh, you heard them clapping.
What? Look at Britt!
Oh!
Double DDT! Can Britt make it to McChesney?
John reaching. He knows this tag is crucial if he's going to get his triple crown.
Yeah, only title that's eluded McChesney. Will he have a fighting chance? He
There
will!
it is!
Here comes John McChesney! Oh, God!
Oh!
McChesney is unloading on... No. Well, Decker stopped the chop but couldn't stop the clothesline. Oh, McChesney
Oh!
takes out Gibson and Decker. I love it.
Splash in the corner. Second.
Oh, big collision. Paddle counter all out of the corner. Look at this.
Oh!
Northern Lights to get a pin both champions. No! Oh, what an emphatic statement that would have been.
2 7/8.
My gosh. Here comes Britt. Oh, what is this? Double super kick coming? It's a McChesney specialty. Oh, wait a second. Frat battles back. Fraternity is eternity. Will they prove it? Got the double kick! Double pin! New champion, no!
And I'm sorry, but he's wrong. That was not 2. That was at least 4.
And leniency of the official, obviously 2 of the 4 are illegal. But now McChesney gonna go up high. Baker gonna follow suit. What is this? Oh wait, oh Decker manipulates the official. McChesney crushed and hits hard.
Hit hard right where you don't want to get hit, if you know what I mean.
Without question.
And Britt battling back. Oh.
Oh, Decker caught it. Oh no.
This is where the weight issue comes in.
Oh, could it be time for a keg stand?
Oh! Good night.
Keg stand
Darin.
connects. That'll do it.
Sorry, folks.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the contest, and still IWC Tag Team Champions, the Fraternity.
Fraternity victorious. Gibson and Decker survive one of the most unlikely outcomes of the reset button we've seen. Wait, McChesney back in. McChesney. Well, McChesney's upset that Decker used unscrupulous means to trip him from the top rope, and there's that fraternity paddle.
If you don't want to get knocked off the top rope, you don't get on the top rope.
That is a thick wooden paddle that Decker just struck McChesney upside the face with.
Yep, brought it to the ring.
Oh no. Now, even you can't defend this. This matchup is over, and Britt Baker is 2-on-1 here.
I don't know this.
What is this? No! Now what the hell was the point of that?
Exclamation point, I guess. I don't condone it. That wasn't needed. Little extra steam, had to blow it off. I feel like Britt Baker just paid for John McChesney's sins.
She's lifeless. This is disgusting. won the match, but they crossed the line. Everything that happened after that match was completely out of line, and you can see the guilt on John McChesney's face as that happened in his eyes on John McChesney's watch.
It did.
Fraternity are disgusting human beings. McChesney blaming himself, perhaps unfairly so, but Britt Baker did not deserve any of that. We hope she's okay. Fraternity get the decision, retain the championships, and I mean, she was completely out of it as the fraternity paraded around, using her as a trophy. It's fine.
It is, but I mean, I don't defend it, but that's one of the outcomes that can happen when you put a, where would you put her at, 110, 120-pound woman against two full-grown athletic men. I'm not saying it should have gone down like that, but it's not out of the realm of possibility.
Full respect goes out to Britt Baker for carrying the fight throughout that matchup. She showed a lot of guts, and she withstood more than maybe we thought that she should. McChesney is angry. McChesney does not get his Triple Crown championship, and most importantly, McChesney has to carry the burden of what the Frat did to Britt Baker. Just a few weeks away from Super Indy 15 Palace, the frenetic energy, the spasmanian devil that is Andrew Ballas prepares for a major title defense, and no clue who his opponent is.
Did you come up with that? Spasmanian devil? That's pretty good.
That describes Ballas in a nutshell, as he's all energy all the time, but will the mood change when we meet his opponent? Seen him in IWC in about 2 years. Trained at the Storm Wrestling Academy, Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Lance Storm. Bowers came into IWC, got a big-time victory, if I recall correctly, over one of the members of Team Lamar, and disappeared almost as quickly.
Well, we welcome him back on tonight, the most sacred of nights here in IWC.
Sacred?
Tonight where anything can happen, Joe.
Yeah,
that's what sacred means, right?
Okay, go with that. Great to see him back. He looks in incredible shape. He's put on some muscle, he's shed some weight. That's what's so great about Reloaded. You don't know what you're going to get. We're going to get a hell hell of a competitive environment. Split crowd, and there's the prize.
All fun and games until Brian Bowers remembers that this is for the Super Indy title. And all of a sudden, I imagine things get a bit more serious.
I know Bowers has been traveling very diligently the past couple of years, learning his craft, competing in a variety of regional promotions across about half a dozen different states. Bowers has not been on his couch eating potato chips since he's been gone from IWC. He's been constantly working to get better. It's a chance like this he's been waiting for. He didn't know he would get it this afternoon, but can he make the most of the circumstance?
Every now and then that drive out pays off.
And Palace impressed and pleased over the level of competition. Palace successfully defended the Super Indy Championship against Robbie E. at Night of Superstars 5. Competed in an 8-man tag team matchup in Clearfield, where he was eliminated by Chris LeRusso, who did everything he could to avoid getting Palace one-on-one until Palace's back was turned.
Because Chris LeRusso was smart.
Great back and forth wrestling, and honestly, I don't mean to harp on this, but Bowers looks about 15 to 20 pounds lighter than we last seen him in IWC, but the same, if not more, muscle mass.
Yeah, he's definitely leaned out a bit.
I'm very impressed by that in the sense that, you know, I followed his career even outside of IWC and saw him as recently as, you know, 4 or 5 months ago, and he looked nothing like this, so Bowers has really stepped up his dedication. Oh, nice drop kick. And you can see that Landstorm influence. Bowers calls himself the new Haught. Normally that line is reserved against battling the forces of evil in professional wrestling. Not really applicable here, but could he be a new face of the Super Indy division?
Well, with drop kicks like that, I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility.
And keep in mind, whoever wins here, that's their golden ticket to Super Indy 15.
There definitely is.
Dezmond and Xavier qualifying earlier tonight, joining Darren, Dinero, Zachary Wentz, and certainly a competitive field that'll be rounded out in the weeks ahead as Palace goes to take a chance. And that energy of Palace comes through.
Palace, not a small guy, used all that momentum into just jacking Bowers onto the ropes and then dove in at him from the ring to the floor.
And Bowers a little bit worse for wear, hasn't gotten his bearings out about him yet. Trying to adjust, but Bowers just can't find any reprieve from Palace. He's always moving.
I was gonna say, Palace has been following him, not letting him catch his breath.
Up for the ride. Up and over goes Bowers. Springboard crossbody, nicely done. He's got him here, no. And the first respite in this matchup thus far. And I don't know there's been a clear-cut advantage yet. Roll up for one. Oh, again, the Landstorm influence. You can see he's going for that maple leaf, that half Boston crab. And Palace, hernia driver. Both these guys breaking out the hits here, but neither one successful.
Speaking of hits,
yeah.
Bowers hit his foot against Andrew Palace's skull.
Palace tried to retain his balance, but nothing doing. And Bowers and Palace both sucking wind at this point. Such a frantic pace in just the early opening minutes. Palace a roll up, Bowers sidestep. Palace responds in kind with the Enziguri style kick.
That came almost flashing. That came up so quick.
And talking about Bowers' improvement, Palace keeps getting quicker and Palace keeps getting more confident in his own right. Measures Bowers. And Palace went to charge. Shotgun style drop kick, but Bowers out of the way.
Bowers had time to clear enough cobwebs to know that was coming.
And now Palace with the cobwebs as he favors the back of his head on impact.
Yeah, he dumped right down onto the back of his head with that.
And Bowers gets some momentum behind him here. Palace does not see this coming.
Oh, to the shin.
Great adjustment and down with the face plant. Bowers was ready, he was a step ahead, and now into the cover. Will this be all? No.
5 minutes gone by. 5 minutes gone by.
Bowers upset the IWC Wrestling World with an upset victory his first night the first time around. If he does the same, he'll be a champion.
That's a big if. I mean, Andrew Palace is nothing if not resilient. Well, and hairy. Resilient and hairy.
But if nothing else, Bowers is tenacious. He wants this. He's been preparing for this for years. All nobody there. And Palace got that shotgun drop kick this time. Oh, spiked him with a DDT. Palace on top. Cover, no! Man, that was close.
Real close. Had that forearm pressed down against the side of Bowers' head makes it a lot harder to try and wrench weight off of you.
And we have a frenetic audience, some chanting for Palace, some chanting for Bowers, some happy at the near fall, some frustrated.
I think they were chanting, "You can't count," at referee Bobby Williams.
Yes, Bobby Williams, you got it.
I know, you told me.
History made here at Reload.
The referee is Bobby Williams.
Backslide, yes, keep telling yourself that. It's okay, you're doing good. Oh, there's the Calgary crowd. And Bowers has it in tight center of the ring. Will Palace tap away the Super Indy title?
Oh, he's low on it. Really wrenching that knee.
Yeah, but Palace is able to bridge up, if only for a moment.
Trouble maintaining that center of gravity.
Yeah,
there we go.
Palace was inches from the rope, but Bowers pulls him back to center.
He needs to plant a little further ahead, and he won't be able to move at all.
Yeah, the further down Bowers can get, the tighter the hold is, and the Palace keeps pushing up. And then allow Palace to counter. Shoulders are down. Could happen here now. God, what an even-keeled Super 80 title matchup.
Really, both guys perfectly matched against each other. Perhaps the best the reset button has ever done.
And we're still not done. And Bowers is still not done. Got the knee. And Palace, hernia driver. Oh, he spiked him. Palace is on his way to Super Indy. He earned it here tonight. Bowers won his A game on another matchup that really could have gone either way.
He absolutely earned it tonight. He was evenly matched against Bowers. It was a true contest.
There's a lot of talent here tonight. I'd love to see matches in IWC. Bowers may top that list after this performance.
Yeah, I can't argue with that at all. How will we agree?
I'm not sure.
I feel faint. I gotta go this way.
But how do these men feel? Andrew Palace retains the championship. All the respect in the world goes out to both these athletes. Gave you a championship match you can be proud of. Neither man has left. Jay Worth, are you feeling better?
I feel like I need a shower.
Listen to this. giving their adulation to both these men. Palace, the respectful thing to do. Bowers is pensive.
Bowers is angry. He lost. That's what a competitor does.
And frustration is the story unfolding after the fact. Bowers, the victory, the celebration, the spot in the Super 8 time. Wait. Come on, Chris LeRusso with a chair.
And he's pinned Andrew Palace down.
You know, I really didn't want this to be personal. I didn't want this to be personal.
LeRusso lost his qualifier
You
earlier.
ain't giving me what is owed to me! That! IWC screwed me out of the Super Indy tournament. I should be the Super Indy champion. So if I'm not going to Super Indy, neither are you.
What?
That's isopropyl alcohol.
Keep out of eyes.
No. This is too far.
Palace, you won't see
No,
Super
get
Indy
someone out here.
anything ever again. Whoa,
We knew he was
Stop
unstable.
right there, LeRusso. Take another step, take another step. You had your chance to qualify for the tournament tonight, and you didn't win. Fair is fair. You don't just walk in the IWC and take what you want, you gotta earn it. Now get the hell out of the way. I hope you all enjoyed Super Indy without your champion. Hey, take another step. Don't do it. Get down. Get down now. I'll make you a deal then, all right? I'll make you a deal. Put that ball thing. Put that ball down. I'll make you a deal. You know what I want. Give me what I want, and we'll have no problems. You put that bottle down right now. You give me what I want, I'll put the bottle down. If you want it Super Indy that bad, you can be the 7th entrant into the Super Indy tournament. There, you happy? You in the tournament. You're in. Now get out of the ring. Let's go.
Come on! Rub the alcohol in the eye. LeRusso got what he wanted. He did it anyway. That's disgusting. Unsettling. Palace was trapped under that chair. He had no way to get out of reach of LeRusso. We talked earlier about how volatile of a state of mind LeRusso was in, but I didn't think he was capable of that.
Isopropyl alcohol is a volatile substance. It goes from liquid to gas quickly, which causes the eyes to, a soft membrane to dehydrate. It's incredibly painful,
Yeah, we need
especially on something like the eyes.
we need to get Palace medical attention immediately.
I know we have a doctor in the back.
Yeah. Right. Chris LeRusso, damn disgusting move out here. Look in the ring. Darren Dinero, a quick look at what could be his future, but
It's not his to hold yet.
right now Andrew Palace's health is what's first and foremost on our minds. Any minute now. I'll tell you this. Things did not go well tonight with the other STD we saw earlier, Corey Futuristic.
Very true.
If that's an omen of what's to come, this could be a long night. Ruin the kid's fun. The kid threw the cake in his face. I loved it. And Flexor came over and started leaning on me and getting cake on me.
Not only is the crowd ignorant, but the crowd's kids are ignorant too.
I'll tell you this, Keith Haught and Remy Lavey, along with the STDs, one of the most unlikely duos of IWC Tag Team Champions in history. But Haught and Lavey, with Booker T watching their back and giving them advice, defeated the Fraternity, and even though the Fraternity were able to regain the Tag Team Championships in Clearfield, big assist goes to Marshall the Bull Gambino, who is the keeper of the cage door. It seemed like Marshall was out to make sure the Fraternity did no wrongdoing. But in the end, Marshall literally and figuratively slammed the door on the opportunity of Keith Haught to escape that cage and retain the titles for his team.
I put nothing past the baby bull, Marshall Gambino.
And Marshall explained that he resented the fact that the Gambinos won that matchup at the 15th anniversary to become the best tag team in history, yet the top headlines in IWC Tag Wrestling were shifted to Remy and Haught's tag title upset win just a few weeks later.
Well, I can't argue that at all. Mostly because I try not to listen when you talk.
Okay. And because you do not want to upset Marshall.
Well, absolutely not. Have you seen what he's done to people who upset him?
I've seen what he does.
I saw him slam a steel cage door into the. Oh wait, we were just talking.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he was in a good mood, I think, that night.
Yeah. Well,
by his standards, at least. Remy and Flexor center ring. Remy Lavey is a gentleman whose stock has risen here in IWC the past several months. Win or lose, always a great outing. Still a bit of a shroud of mystery over him. He's kind of a loner. Doesn't really associate with people that much outside of Keith Haught. But is proving his toughness month in and month out.
Yeah. You know, I ran into him a couple weeks ago out, and if I had to give one adjective, it would be focused.
And wait a second, notice in the entranceway, watching on, is Marshall the Bull Gambino, as I just mentioned. And Marshall is escorted by Pump Ferrari, who used to be one of the Gambino family's escorts back when Ferrari's fellow escort was Flexor, back in the late part of the first half of the decade here in the 2000s.
Yeah, I heard he had to leave for a while. He had a thing.
Oh, he had to let things cool down a bit?
He had some business.
Okay. Well, he certainly dressed for business. As Keith Haught the Bearcat works on chest Flexor. And it's interesting that Marshall and Ferrari have a former relationship with Flexor. And as I mentioned, Marshall has a gripe with Haught and Remy, so it should be interesting to see to what degree Marshall has a vested interest in watching this match.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting question. Oh! And the area between
and Marshall has just inched a couple paces closer as I'm trying to ignore and avoid you describing in depth what's happening to Flexor.
I'm trying to keep it as general as possible, but I think he took it right in the noodle again.
And he can't get to Kingpin McDowell, as it's all Remy and Haught right now.
There's
a cover.
There's outbursts of agony kept getting higher and higher in the octave range.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. Keith Haught the Bearcat, two-time former IWC Tag Team Champion, actually. You want to talk about an unlikely success story? Keith Haught is that in a nutshell. As Flexor hits the outside, Haught came a hair away from winning the Super Indy title one time as well.
Yeah. A great competitor here in IWC.
One of those competitors where if you judge him on face value, you're really not being fair to himself or you.
To be fair, the nickname Bearcat is not the most intimidating thing.
Maybe not. Oh, belly to belly, that's great power by McDowell. And let's talk about McDowell. He's lost some weight and got himself in great condition in his absence too.
Well, you need to do that when you're bowling.
Rolled into an elbow for 2. McDowell gone from IWC for over a year. Anytime I ask Flexor where McDowell was, he either tells me he's bowling or he's recovering from an injury from bowling. He would never give me a straight answer beyond that.
Well, how do you not know that that wasn't the truth?
It could be, but
I mean, he brings a bowling ball to the ring. He's clearly into bowling. Look at the outfit.
Well, yeah, I
No one's looking at that thinking, this is what I need to look like just in the streets.
I kind of surmised that. I'm just saying, if he's a tag team competitor and he wants to succeed in wrestling, it'd be nice if he came to an event once in a while, which he's done consistently for the past 6 months.
Well,
bowler bomb.
Hard on the spine.
Could this be it? 2 ad? No. And you got to consider this could be an unofficial contenders match for the IWC tag titles.
Yeah, you got to believe that everyone's keeping an eye on this in the back.
And Remy just spotted Marshall, spat in his direction. Remy took it very personally. The comments Marshall made about himself and Keith Haught after that matchup, not to mention the physical involvement.
Look, Remy needs to leave all that back there, if you know what I mean. Right now, he is fighting the STDs or involved in a fight.
And Flexor spitting on Remy now, as Remy obviously a bit fired up right now. Why couldn't Marshall have left himself in the back and just let this match play out?
Marshall hasn't done anything yet.
Don't you think his mere presence is intimidating enough?
Sure, I've been in the presence of Marshall. It's intimidating. However, I'm not a competitor. They are. They have a match going on. Remy Lavey needs to pay attention to the 3 men in the ring, because at least one of them is counting on him for some help at some point.
Sunset flip. Can Flexor get the wide Keith Haught over? Nothing doing. Bottom drops out, and can Keith get to the mind eraser, Remy Lavey?
Really, Haught just let gravity do most of the work on that one.
True. Can either man get there? Tag to McDowell. Here comes Remy Lavey.
Oh, huge clothesline.
Yeah. Just barreling through McDowell. I dig the energy. Remy Lavey's out here with a point to prove. That tag title win was no fluke, that's for sure. Oh, Sling Blade connects. And Keith Haught wants back in. Could this be? The Haught, oh, 8 Gingers on the apron now. Keith Haught going for the hot mess. Marshall was inching closer to the ring, and Remy couldn't take it anymore.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Ferrari and Marshall, Ferrari and Remy are going at it.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh, Marshall. That's a police baton.
And a pop to Keith Haught.
That's a police baton. Marshall with the gloves on, no fingerprints. Remy got knocked out, and so did Keith Haught.
And is that a baking pan?
And look at this. Flexor's on top of Haught.
You wanted to know where Marshall's temperament lied. I think you just got the answer.
Once again, Marshall picking a fight with these kids, and all they did wrong was succeed.
Hey, Marshall's loyal to family.
And Flexor and Ferrari are reunited.
It's kind of sweet.
Oh no, Keith Haught.
Oh!
Keith Haught is prone.
Oh, I felt that.
Oh, Marshall, a bully of the worst kind here. And Remy trying to fight his way back in the ring. Remy wants a piece of Marshall. Even if he'll go down swinging. Oh!
I like your enthusiasm, kid, but
Marshall the Bull does the dirty work again and leaves the former champions laying, but takes advantage of them in most opportunistic circumstances. Family business from Marshall the Bull as the former champions are down once again.
Mess with the bull, you get the horns.
An IWC staple, an IWC original. Since his age of 16 years old, he's been able to call IWC home. And through TNA and tours across the world, he came back last March and became champion again. DJZ, for my money, Jay Worth, speaking on a national or global scale, one of the most underrated professional wrestlers going today. But we here in IWC know all too well how great Shima Zion, Zima Ion, or DJZ by any name can be. Only IWC Triple Crown champion, he's done it all and then some.
I met him when he was training, and you could just see the talent dripping off of him then, and he's only gotten better.
The one thing he can't do is name his opponent yet.
Well, let's find out. Hit that button. Thank you.
Perpetual pervert of Pittsburgh professional wrestling has returned.
Ladies and gentlemen, genuflect to the Pope of Grove, Jimmy DeMarco.
Oh, it's the Lord of Lewd back again. And could he be IWC champion for a third time? DeMarco has completely turned this company upside down on multiple occasions.
I'm just saying, if you want to talk about two men who know how to battle each other, you're looking at it right here. Shima and Jimmy DeMarco went back and forth. What was that, 2009?
It was December of 2009, the final event ever promoted by Norm Connors. Then Shima Zion defended the IWC title against Jimmy DeMarco. It was the match of the year. It was one of the greatest matches in IWC history. It was absolutely chaotic. They've been best friends. They've been fierce rivals. Tonight they are opponents one more time.
Before we start this, let me just say something real quick.
That's a big package you got there, boy.
I never thought that me and Jimmy DeMarco were going to be wrestling each other ever again. Back in the day, I don't know how many people were here, but I used to have some wars with this guy many years ago. Never thought it was going to happen again. Thought it was a chapter in my career that was long gone. But thanks to the reset button, here we are, me and Jimmy DeMarco once again. So if we're going to do this, we're going to do this right. Because I don't know if you people know or not, but when me and Jimmy DeMarco are in the ring, we don't wrestle, we fight.
DJZ.
That's a very valid point. This was the last match of the Norm Connors era of IWC, the first main event of the Chuck Roberts era of IWC, and now this series of matches carries over into the new and current era of IWC. What can these men do to one another that hasn't been done in the past? It has been personal, it's been professional. It's been technically sound and it's been violent. These men have run the gamut.
Oh! It could be over right there.
And whatever you want to say about either of these men, pound for pound, two of the toughest you'll find anywhere. Jimmy DeMarco has been in some of the most cringe-inducing violent matches I've ever seen. DJZ has come back from perilous circumstances, near-death situations, and falls of immense proportions and height.
They are certainly not holding back.
Yeah. There is such a deep-rooted mutual respect between these two men, but when that bell rings, they hold nothing back.
Matter of fact, I'd say I think they actually even like each other, which is really hard to believe looking at what we're looking at right. Oh!
Well, these guys came up together. They trained together at the IWC training school. DeMarco into the crowd. These men made their debuts just a couple of months apart from one another. And it's no surprise that things are getting a bit out of hand. Jimmy DeMarco carries that atmosphere with him. DJZ proving he's ready to rise to that occasion.
DJZ has it. Oh!
DeMarco caught him coming in. And they're battling around steel and barely protected floor and open chairs. Oh no. No! God! DeMarco suplexing DJZ literally into the people.
It looked like Z was trying to make sure that, I guess, get a way out of it. He kicked off to the side, and Jimmy DeMarco just ended up following with it and right into the fans.
Yeah, the momentum was taking them over at that point, and looks like a disaster area already here. We're just getting started. And keep in mind, Jay Worth, this is a street fight. I don't know that it's Falls Count anywhere, so we could be taking the scenic tour for a while.
And let's also not forget, this is for the IWC title.
Yeah, no question.
In addition to them just fighting each other like mad, there's also a belt involved in case you needed a little more fire under that kettle.
Yeah, the belt these men have fought more wars for than any other championship they've attempted to gain in their careers. I believe DJZ was at one time, if not still, the record holder for the youngest IWC champion ever.
Oh, they're up on, do not suplex him on that.
That wasn't any better.
I mean, he listened.
Where's Sword at?
Well, DeMarco dropping DJZ face first on those steel bleachers, those risers.
He just stepped off the back end, zero resistance, just brought him right down.
Yeah. And DeMarco happy to be here. You gotta believe DeMarco never thought he'd be contesting for the IWC title ever again.
Yeah, I don't know that it was ever
Look
in
at
his
this!
plans. Oh!
DJZ out of nowhere, the moonsault. Security got it. The referee, I think, got it. This is out of hand. DJZ aimed for one guy, took out about 6.
It's the worst that can happen.
Yeah, well, collateral damage. He just chucks a chair at him.
Yeah, reckless abandon. No way for DeMarco to protect himself.
I mean, you can put your hands up, try and stop a chair from coming at you. Then you just bust your arms up real good.
Oh, look out, they're coming back toward the ring. If I'm anywhere in this crowd, I am scattering in the other direction. As everyone regroups for a moment, except DJZ and DeMarco, who will have no time to do so, the fight continues.
Everyone trying to figure out which chair is theirs. Oh, look out.
Oh! DJZ dropped hard on the edge of that ring frame. We talked about it earlier. No give there, metal meets wood.
I want to point out the smile is gone from Jimmy DeMarco's face.
Yeah.
And he's under the ring.
And a twisted grimace of pain from DJZ. DeMarco found another chair. You never know what you're going to find under a wrestling ring. That's been said time and time again through the years, especially on a night like Reloaded.
And Jimmy has wedged that chair into the ropes.
DeMarco sends DJZ. No. Who's going to get it here?
Whoa.
DJZ. Oh. Caught DeMarco with unaware with a cover attempt. And DeMarco hits head first.
That tunnel vision when Jimmy DeMarco gets angry.
Yeah.
DJZ knew exactly what he was doing there.
And Jimmy DeMarco does have a history of serious head injuries. Series of concussions really helped stall DeMarco's career a number of years ago, as did a serious car accident. So, DJZ, well, what is this?
He is taking the belt off of referee Bobby Williams.
Yeah, he just nearly ripped that belt in half. God! And he'll rip the skin of Jimmy DeMarco.
Oh! And oh, that hurts.
And DJZ, a bit of his ugly side coming out.
That crack of leather just completely distracts you.
DJZ showing he can get down and dirty with DeMarco, and now choking him.
It's a street fight. This is legal.
Yeah. Hey, DeMarco passes out. We can have a ref stoppage. DJZ. Well, DeMarco battling his way out, and you can see those welts forming already on the back of DeMarco from that belt. And Zima with a beautiful drop kick. Both these men in pain. Zima for the cover, 2-0.
I want to say I give credit to DJZ, the fact that he's remembering this is for his title.
Yeah.
He has this title match. It's all well and good to beat the crap out of someone until it costs you a title.
This rivalry at one point was so out of control. At one point, IWC had to call in the franchise Shane Douglas as a special referee to keep things in order. That's how out of control these guys get. And we're seeing much the same. The belt across the chest of DeMarco.
That looked a little high. It might have even hit the throat.
Yeah, DeMarco looks like he's having a little trouble breathing. A second time. And the sadistic side of Zima brings out the sadistic side of DeMarco.
Let's not forget, Jimmy DeMarco knows how to fight.
Well, former member of that Gambino family himself. DeMarco survived the toughest of the tough. Ray Rowe, Necro Butcher, the list goes on.
But let's not forget the Gambino family wasn't always happy with him either.
Oh no, there was several hits set out on him at one point.
No one can hurt you like family.
There you go. And at some points, these men have been like family. Other times, far from it. Oh, DJZ gets crotched. And DeMarco has the belt. Oh!
My lord, he may have taken some tattoo with him.
Jeez. That is leather on hide. You can almost see the skin just
welting up almost immediately.
Just separate from the rest of his body. And now to the chest as Karma comes back on DJZ.
He's using it as a submission hold. The ref is checking.
And now DJZ, oh, I got the elbow. Can these men regroup? No. Oh, jump into the spine buster. Nice combo by DeMarco. C4. DeMarco, let's see. Oh no! Referee wiped out. DJZ was aiming for DeMarco, but he caught the official, and there are no disqualifications. This match continues. tried to work around and he couldn't. DeMarco wants another referee. Here comes one. New champion. No. Well, you gotta believe if it wasn't for that extra time it took the official to get out here, the result could have been different.
Oh, Jimmy not happy with how long it took.
Yeah, we talked about the sadistic side of DeMarco. He doesn't give a damn. And the second official's been wiped out. And DJZ got the kick flush that time. Original official. Yeah! Got him! No!
I have to point out, there may not be a stronger super kick in wrestling than DJZ's. I have watched him just kick through opponents with it.
And DeMarco, to your point, on the outside seeking refuge, very unbecoming of the delicious one.
Very true.
DJZ, caught himself. Oh, that could have been an ugly, ugly landing. Oh, through the ropes. DJZ still made contact. And he's still moving. Look at this. Tope and Hilo.
Tope and Hilo into the barricade.
DJZ risked his own body 3 different times. 3 different times he was a hair away from demise. But there you hear the after effects. A downed DeMarco, a respectful crowd in Elizabeth.
And you get the idea that DJZ is tired of acting like he wants this to continue. I think he's ready to end this match.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. It's great to reminisce about old times and old rivalries fought through the years, but once you're back in the heat of the moment, you remember why they weren't so much fun in the first place.
Yeah, memories are great because they're far away.
Yeah, the rose-colored glasses come off when the steel chairs come out.
Oh no, not just steel. We have steel, we have wood. We may even find some porcelain ones under there.
A little bit of everything.
You never know with Jimmy DeMarco.
And DeMarco, who was dove on twice in a span of about 15 seconds.
And now I need, what is DJZ trying to set up some chairs?
Yeah, and Zima has the chance to do that because of the damage. Oh, God!
Right to the top of the head.
And DeMarco is out again. But to your point, yeah, DJZ has the time to do this, but what the heck is he doing? This is, well, we're not setting up for a debate.
He's going for more chairs?
What in the world is... And I've seen chairs involved in matches, obviously, in a variety of different ways, but I'm not sure I've seen a setup exactly like this.
Oh, wait. He has a bag.
Well...
Oh!
And whatever it is, it sounds heavy.
It sounded like he clunked him with a bag full of nickels.
And it wound up between the eyes of Jimmy DeMarco. Again, you never know what you'll find under a wrestling ring. And DJZ dug deep enough.
Oh! Well, those were nickels, Joe.
Hundreds and hundreds of thumbtacks. DJZ.
So when he yelled at the crowd, how's this for a main event? He realized, oh no.
And he threw him out to the crowd to inspect as well. Pile driver, no. You gotta be kidding me. Oh. They are fighting precariously on top of those tacks.
And no. Saved him.
There is no way to land in this ring without risk of hitting these tacks again.
Ooh.
Thumbtack-filled boot to the head. They're stepping on them as well. What in the hell is this? Oh,
No.
No. Powerbomb, pile driver. Zima trying to fight it. But this could be the end for one of these men. Could be the end for both these men.
It looked like they were both unsteady how they were oh, he has him by the noodle.
Oh no. Nowhere for DJZ to go.
No.
The Russian leg sweep from the chairs. Both men sacrificed themselves to do one to the other. I believe DJZ got the move on, but they both got the effects.
And DJZ is climbing to the top rope to press Jimmy DeMarco into them tacks a little more.
Yeah, the tacks are under Jimmy. DJZ is already lacerated from the back, and now he hits face and torso first. There's a powerbomb. Cover! No! Referee's hand went in the tacks. Everybody's hurt.
DJZ's hand is silver. He is pulling the tacks out one by one at the moment.
Silver and red. And DeMarco is measuring it. DJZ has at least half a dozen different lacerations across his back. C4. Oh, no, DJZ pushed off. And DeMarco hits. Yet again. They are sticking into the body.
He just picked up a handful of tacks.
Again, you want to get sadistic.
And he's putting them into his mouth.
No. No! And DeMarco, I don't know if he swallowed any of those tacks or not. It wasn't 3, but just imagine just trying to keep him swallowing them, just clasping down there and killing them out. This is insanity. 2 men synonymous with this company, fighting for our top prize. Spiked him! The top of the head of the tax! Darn!
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this contest, and still IWC World Heavyweight Champion, DJZ!
Just what that title means to DJZ. I want you to look at the silver and the red, all about his body.
2 men who have devoted their entire adult lives to the IWC brand. The IWC. Hey, wait a minute! What the hell?
Oh!
Dylan Bostic once again!
Stomping into those tacks on the back of DJZ. Stomping into the tacks on the back of Jimmy DeMarco.
The second main event that he's ruined in as many dates here in the Courtside Sports Center.
DJZ decided he was going to interject in Dylan Bostic's match. Dylan just interjected in his.
Well, Bostic started this all at the 15th anniversary, but fitting he comes out now after this absolute war. DJZ and DeMarco are both practically motionless. Bostic continues to make a statement at the expense of everybody else.
If you want to know who should be in contention for that title now, I think Dylan Bostic just threw his hat in the ring, so to speak.
Bostic! Did you just see what I did to Jimmy DeMarco? Did you just see what I did to myself? If you think this was bad, it's nothing compared to what I'm going to do to you. Dylan Bostic's one of these guys that wants to make a name for himself off of people that have put in the work. People like Billy Gunn. People like me. There's no shortcuts in wrestling. But if you want a title shot, yeah, you got my attention. June 11th, Super Indy, you and me for the IWC title.
Whoa!
It's a rarity you hear the champ make the challenge. But there it is.
Go to yours.
Street fight! Street fight!
you what, you're gonna need a miracle, buddy. You're gonna need a miracle. Jimmy DeMarco. I know we just went through a war. I know we just killed each other. But you're the only guy that I can think of right now that I would want in my corner to make sure that little hoe don't try not to fight. Jimmy, will you be in my corner, please? This fight on this, forget all this for just a second. Will you be in my corner at June 11th?
All over this ring. Send you your little hoe pack.
Well, Dylan Bostic made a statement.
I'm done talking. You heard enough talking tonight, but there's one last thing I want to do. Jimmy, don't leave. Please.
Their health and peace of mind for this organization than perhaps any other before them or after.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, still IWC World Heavyweight Champion, DJZ!
Dylan Bostic made a statement. DJZ, his intention is what he wanted. It's what he got. June 11th, the tournament. DJZ versus Bostic, but what an unpredictable night, courtesy of Reloaded and the reset button.
I am still flabbergasted. I'm in shock after everything that happened tonight. Our Super Indy champ might be blind. Our current heavyweight champ is a pincushion. And our tag champs brutalized an up-and-coming female wrestler.
And we're on the road to the most important tournament of the year, Super Indy, June 11th. Follow IWCWrestling.com for all the hot news. It's been an unpredictable night, and it keeps on going from there. We'll see you at Super Indy. Good night.